I started vending. And that's when I realized that I really wanted to like meet people where they were, literally. Because at first I was like, man, I want to be a Wi-Fi millionaire. Like, I want to, you know, make money from home in my pajamas. I was like, no, it's really not all about that. And so the more that I was out vending, I realized like, yo, a lot of people don't know about CBD. What they do know is not accurate. And so that can only be solved through education, information, and conversations, like real conversations. I'll give you an example. I was set up at a karaoke night, Stardome, Birmingham, and I had a customer. He came up, and at that time he wasn't a customer, but he came up, he's like, hey, has my wife come through here? I was like, I don't know, who's your wife? He was like, well, the light-skinned lady. He starts describing her. I was like, yeah, I saw her a couple of times. He's like, she was supposed to come to you and get something. I was like, well, she didn't buy anything. And I said, well, what's going on? He said, well, she has PCOS, which, you know, makes it painful during intercourse. And I said, I completely understand. I have friends who have PCOS. I actually have a line of products that were made by someone with PCOS, and she created it because of that. And he's like, yeah, I know. That's why I told her to come out here. And he said, but she's scared. Like, we're with a bunch of friends. She doesn't want them to know. And I'm like, well, I can make it very discreet. Like, I can put it in a brown bag right now. But long story short, she finally came back and talked to me about what was going on. But by then I had already packaged up what she needed. She was like, what's in here? I said, don't worry about it. Something you need, girl. And so just hearing their feedback, you know, this is a married couple that was having difficulty with intercourse. This should be one of the most pleasurable experiences that they have together. And so I was able to help solve that. And just hearing stories like that, like people who have neuropathy or arthritis and just different things like that.
Did your stuff help them? How did that end up? Are they doing okay?
Yeah, they're doing fine. Yeah. They've reordered.
Nice.
So I didn't ask for details, but I know they reordered products. So yeah, it definitely helped them. And I continue to actually sell out of that particular product. So
which one was
clearly,
that?
It's the Sex Oil by Foria.
Interesting.
Which is basically a CBD infused lube.
And why does that work?
Why does it work? Well, CBD is an anti-inflammatory. So anyone who is, and this is not just for PCOS, if a woman has fibroids or just maybe her partner is a little on the larger side and there's pain during intercourse, well, CBD being an anti-inflammatory helps with that pain, helps to alleviate that pain. Personal top 3, the body oil, bath bomb, and of course a tincture. Gotta take a tincture every day. Helps with inflammation. Because it's like really thin, but it's still like moisturizing. Like it's not too oily. I love the scent. It's a very gentle, light scent. And then, I mean, it has CBD in it. So it is another way to get that CBD in your system. Like I've been working out more, lifting heavier. And so just any way that I can get more CBD into my muscles is always a good thing. I think it's important with the massage oil, especially these days, like, you know, just take your time and, you know, moisturizing. And that could be part of your self-care throughout the day. Like maybe it's just, hey, take an extra 5-10 minutes to actually ensure that you are thoroughly moisturized, and infusing your skin with CBD is never a bad thing.
So what does it fix?
What does it fix?
Yeah, there must be problems, otherwise it wouldn't solve them. What does massage oil fix?
It fixes aches and pains. It really helps to relax the muscles, and it's moisturizing. Like nobody wants to walk around ashy, so at least I don't.
Do you have any success stories like where clients were like, I love this because?
Yeah, there's a retired NFL player who loves the massage oil. He and his wife have probably purchased more than any other customer of the massage oil, and they've recommended tons of customers about, you know, regarding the massage oil. And it's basically because like he calls it his blessing oil, or he said he feels like it's anointed. You know, I love to hear that because he and his wife are, you know, they're in their early 60s, but also very, very active, like pickleball, tennis players, runners. Like these are some some active grandparents, very fit grandparents, just hearing from them that, you know, they take a little time out. And like, even his wife was like, yeah, like, I know that he loves back massages. And so having that oil is kind of like, he uses it on himself, she uses it on herself, but also it creates a space for, you know, intimacy for this married couple. And I love to hear that they're, you know, giving each other massages and they're using an oil that feels great. You should buy it because it feels amazing. Like, literally, it feels amazing. It's one of the first products that I made 2 years ago that I started the business, but it was one of the very first products that I made. And the funny thing is, the first iteration had like rose petals and all these other things in it. And I just, you know, I pared that down to the most effective ingredients, CBD and an oil that is, like, when you talk to massage therapists, or I have talked to massage therapists and asked, like, do you prefer salve? Do you prefer cream? Do you prefer oil? And they said oils and salves because it allows them to glide against the skin. So it's very helpful in enhancing the experience of a massage. Why wait for relief? Why put it off? It provides relief. It provides relief for aches and pains. It is very moisturizing. It has CBD in it, which is an anti-inflammatory. So it relaxes your muscles. Like, why wait to feel relaxed and why wait to have relief? The 15-day challenge kit. There's 3 different products that come in the kit. There is the detox tea, there's a liquid vitamin, and then there's an energy supplement. The cool thing with the kit is it's a foolproof way for someone to detox. Basically, if someone is not going to the restroom, having a bowel movement specifically, multiple times a day, that's not ideal. And this actually came from my doctor when I was back in college at UAB and suffering from IBS because I was stressed, pre-dentistry program. My story is I went to the doctor, I was in pain, and he was like, you're full of it. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And he's like, you're literally full of it. And he was like, when's the last time you had a bowel movement? I'm like, oh, it's been a few days. He's like, you should be going multiple times a day. So all of that to say, my GI doctor way back then reiterated how important it is to go multiple times a day. I know it's not the coolest thing to talk about, but we should be going multiple times a day. And the reason that the kit is dope is because, 15 days, like, who can't commit to 2 weeks? Like, I've been vegan for the last 2 weeks and it's been relatively easy to commit to. And so when you start there, then, I mastered 15 days. Maybe I go another 15 days and another and another and another. And so just go by that. Also, you get the liquid vitamin. Again, bioavailability. When you have a liquid vitamin, it gets into your system way faster than, a pill having to digest in your body. And then the energy supplement, the dope thing about it has 5-HTP, which basically sends happy signals to your brain. So not only does it help with energy, it also just makes you feel better and it burns calories. So that's why I love the kit. A person should buy the kit now. If you are someone who is not having multiple bowel movements every day, you need the kit. And you need it because you will get more energy. You're going to get rid of toxins and waste that's just been sitting in your stomach. And a lot of our current health problems are in the gut. They start in the gut. Between inflammation and gut health, it starts there. And for anyone who actually has like acne or skin problems, flushing out your system will also help to clear that up as well. Taking the full spectrum gummies will help with anxiety. It will help with providing an overall sense of calm. And it also, 25 milligrams, it will help a little bit with pain. It's not the first CBD product I would recommend for pain, but it is an option as well. A person should buy the gummies now because I sell out of them very quickly. So if you see them on my shelf, you better get them. Otherwise, they're going to be gone. And you're going to be looking at me like, well, what? Yeah, I told you they sell quickly. If you're someone who needs to or feels that they feel a little anxious, and it may not even be like diagnosed anxiety. Maybe it's just like, oh, like I feel a little some kind of way. Maybe you're an introvert and you're like, I got to go to a networking event. And I'm like, oh my God, fellow introverts, you're like, are you serious? I got to talk to people. Well, maybe take a gummy and take the edge off. And the dope thing with gummies is like, it's not going to have you drunk. Like you're still going to be able to drive home. You're not going to be slurring your speech. And it just takes the edge off of the day. The pain salve is amazing because mine has 1,500 milligrams of CBD in a 2-ounce jar. I also call it basically like thermotherapy. So it has kind of like icy hot-ish feeling, but it also has like just therapeutic properties, essential oils that are healing for pain, and of course the CBD. And because it is a salve, it is very easy to maneuver into your skin. It glides on very well, and it doesn't leave you oily for, a long period of time. You can expect pain relief, to have greater mobility. No medical claims, but you can definitely expect to have pain relief. I use it on my knees. I'm now 42 years old. I might not look like it, but I'm 42. And for a while, I couldn't really squat like I used to. And I had to address inflammation internally by, anti-inflammatory diet, which helped with knee pain. And I mean, literally I had pain for 2 years, quadricep tendonitis. And once I switched up my diet and then also added in CBD, I have no problems.